Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you guys started on project here. I'm going to move this back a little bit. And then we're going to look at some passages while you're starting on your project. Now, you all know what this is, right? Yeah, it's jack-o'-lantern, right? And do you think that got there all by itself? No. Well, here's a really deep question. You think this got like this all by itself? No, that didn't get there all by itself either. But we are going to make a jack-o'-lantern today and explain why that is. So, Jace, come on up. You can start carving. No, your mom says no. I'm sorry. I was all for it. So he's not allowed to enjoy himself, you're saying, Stephanie? She says no, Jace. I'm sorry. All right. You guys, let's have... Do you two want to be decorators or cleaners? Oh, it didn't take you no time at all. You start putting a face on here. And the three older ones, if you will start cleaning out the pumpkin, we're not going to actually carve it. You have to roll the sleeves up. We're making Mom nervous. May want to lose the watch. Yeah, not lose it. I mean, but take it off. You guys get started here. I'm going to read some passages. So, Jason and Ella, start drawing on there. Make it beautiful, okay? Now, come on, don't make like real life Christians. Cooperate. All right, that's for the garbage, in there, so you can clean that up. Now, here's something neat about children. They learn better while they're doing something else, right? And a lot of schools are doing all kinds of things to help them learn that way. So you and I would be totally distracted, and this may distract some of you, but I assure you they will remember this lesson. So guys, what I want to talk to you about is our scripture reading. Did any of you pay attention when Russ was reading from Colossians? That's because you weren't carving a pumpkin. Are you going to pay attention while I read it to you? All right, now it's lengthy, but I want you to pay attention to what's actually being said. If then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. I can tell, Casey, you're concentrating. You think there's going to be a quiz. So, guys, sometimes does the Bible, does church, do your parents just seem like they're just giving you a whole bunch of rules and things to do? You have the biggest nod, Ella. Would you like me to talk to your parents about that? I don't think you'll do anything. Yeah, okay. I'll see how that goes. But here's what I want you to notice about this. In those first 4 verses, this passage says essentially this. You belong to Jesus. So because of that, put your mind and your efforts and your passions and everything you do in life on things that are higher. Now let me ask you, in school, do you ever get distracted and put your mind on things that aren't necessarily beneficial? Jace is the only one he's concentrating on. The rest of us do, don't we? We put things in. Sometimes those are destructive things, aren't they? You're kind of messy. Yeah. We'll take care of that in a little bit. That's going to be the end of the sermon. So, we have all these distractions. Here's what I want you to know about Jesus, about his word, and all the things he says in his word. There are a lot of instructions in here. It's not about a whole bunch of rules, just to see how many hoops you can jump through. It's about being the best, most beautiful, most helpful, most impactful being that you can possibly be. And that's what he goes on to say. Now, sometimes we put these in terms, continue in verse 5. But put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you, sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, covetousness, which is idolatry. There's a lot there, but do you guys know what covetousness is? You know, when someone else has something you'd like, really like it, and you don't have it? Jealousy, yes, very closely related to that. On account of these, the wrath of God is coming. In these you too once walked when you were living in them, but now you must put away anger, wrath, malice, slander, obscene talk from your mouth. Do not lie to one another, seeing that you have put off the old self with its practices. Does it sound so much like one of our rules is don't make a mess, Casey? Does it sound like a bunch of rules so far? Yeah. But he's saying put all these things aside because they don't help. Now, let's continue on in verse 12. But put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, patience, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another, forgiving one another, as the Lord has forgiven you. So you also must forgive. And above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Is that what we had when we... Bad timing. John, is that what we had when we were singing perfect harmony?
Yes.
We were working towards it, right? I have a problem? No, Lisa has a problem. Was your hair getting in there, Casey? Okay. So put on love, which binds everything together in harmony, and let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. Now, guys, if I draw this picture of the person you want to sit next to in school, this person's kind. They aren't always telling you how much better they are than you. Rather, they're telling you how great you are and how wonderful you are. They're forgiving, which means when you inevitably say something that you probably shouldn't have said, not probably, you really shouldn't have told her shoes were ugly, Allie. But you made the mistake and did it. This person says, Allie, I forgive you. It's okay. You want me to be clear? You didn't really say that. Okay, I could tell that was bothering you. This person's forgiving. This person's looking out for the best for you guys. Does that sound like the person you want to be next to in school? Yeah. Yeah. I know, I'm nervous. Oh, I like the way you're thinking. I think that'd be a good job for you. You shove as many of those in your pocket as you want. Jace wants to know whether we're going to plant these seeds out in the church yard, and I think there's scripture for it. So you just keep putting those in your pocket, and you don't need to help them, Anna. And I want you to know, if you bring your children to church, it's safe. All right. So guys, you're almost wrapping up there, which is good. This isn't bad timing. So that person, and what Jesus is talking about, what Paul's talking about in Colossians, he's saying put away all the things that make this world a rough world. All the things in this life, when other people do it to you, it's uncomfortable, you don't like it, and it's no fun to be around. Instead, act like Jesus, where we're making everyone around us better by being what he calls us to be. Is that an exciting way to live?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Now, are we ready to clean up? You got good decorations there?
Yeah.
All right. I think you two are clean. You're inside your pocket, so they'll clean. So girls, go ahead and use the water there. Okay, quite nice. Now, while they're cleaning up there, I'm going to bring your attention to this fine piece of pottery. Evie's been making pottery, and you can, those of you that know Evie can tell that's Evie's pottery, right? It looks like something Evie would make. Jeremiah 18 talks about, and it's not all beautiful. We hang it on walls as though it's all beautiful. There are some parts of Jeremiah 18 in the clay in the hands of the potter that's really rough, right? But the idea is that our God is able to reshape us into what is useful and what is for a great design. Now, to me, this mug is precious because Evie made it. But we serve, and she tells me, she's been making pottery this year, and this sits pretty flat, but most of her pottery she brings tends to rock as it sits on table. We serve a God, as you're cleaned up, go ahead and sit back down. We serve a God who is the master potter. And so all the instructions we have in Scripture is not meant to say you're not good enough. Not meant to even say you need to be better. It's meant to say, allow me to shape you and to put you into a shape that is useful, that is the most beautiful possible to be. Now there's something really important. This mug probably doesn't look like any mug you've ever seen in the world, right? This that my girls carved last night doesn't look anything like what Stephanie's artist did there. We've got a beautiful cross. What's the green stuff, guys?
Grass.
Grass. I see a heart, love, a person, right? We've got some beautiful things in here. Oh, so we even have person on the cross. Jesus on the cross.
Yes.
Yes. So, Stephanie, does that look precious to you? I want you to know you are precious in the hands of your Creator. You've not been made like anyone else. You've been made as you are, with a God who intends to shape you into the oddest shapes that's going to have great purposes in life. And you know what's really awesome about that? Is you guys have ways to serve God that no one else can do. No one else is going to be able to reach the people that you reach. Only you are going to reach some of those people. Jace, you have those seeds. You have seeds that only you are going to be able to plant as you grow. It's with purpose. And all the instruction in Scripture is designed to take us there. Simple enough for us older people? I want you to think about this, and this is why Jesus is so important. And this is why your parents can give you good advice. This is why your teachers can give you so many useful things to do in life. There'll be business advisors who can tell you how to make a lot of money. You can learn how to have beautiful houses and beautiful cars and great friends, and none of these things do you need Jesus for. But Jesus is unique, and he can do something that no one else can do. Now, I was a little slow here, but since you're my child, Anna, stand up and shake my hand. Now, what happened? I was really tempted, Allie, to go there, but the whole hair thing, you were far enough. Am I clean, Anna?
No.
Are you clean?
No.
You see, when Anna came in contact with me, I got dirty. Or Anna got dirty. And I was still dirty. But this bowl, I'm able to get clean and be clean. Go ahead, Anna. But here's what's amazing about Jesus. Is that water clean or dirty now? Remember when I drank the sawdust water? To illustrate for you guys. You remember that? They forget. Andy remembers. It left an impression. Well, Andy's going to drink the pumpkin water. Not for real. Alex says, for real? Now, here's what's amazing. And I can't illustrate this because it is that special. When you came in contact with this water, your hands got clean and the water got dirty. Now, it's true that Jesus became sin. He who knew no sin became sin, that we with sin might be clean. But when we come in contact with Jesus, he doesn't become dirty. We become clean. And he's the only thing in this life, the only person in this life that can make you clean. That not only can grow you from a seed into an amazing fruit, vegetable, fruit, that makes...
It's a vegetable.
We'll Google it. That can make you into a beautiful fruit, or even vegetable, if that's what you're meant to be, that makes the greatest pies. But he can make you unique, so you can touch other people. And most importantly, no matter how much work you do on you, when I do the best things I can for Mike, I'm still Mike. He can make you his, which is clean, which is perfect, which is useful in life. Don't get distracted. Life's going to tell you all kinds of things. You're going to have all kinds of failures that you need cleaned up in your life. In every step of the way, you are precious, you are important, you have a purpose, and Jesus is there for you to help you on your way and to propel you and all those around you where he intends you to be. We going to follow after Jesus?
Yes.
May it forever, ever be so. Thank you, guys. I want to end with a short invitation. The invitation is not just this morning, it's not just this moment, but it's every day, every moment of our life. Are we going to follow after Jesus? Are we going to dedicate our life to him? If he doesn't consume you, permeate every part of you, and ooze out in what you're doing, make a conscious decision today to change and to make that the case. Now, I know these guys pretty well. I don't know where you are spiritually. But wherever you are, if you're at the lowest point of your life, we are here to represent Jesus Christ and to help you along your walk. If you think you've got everything in order and you need a little bit more humility, we're here to pray with you and to help you. You're not part of his family. You've never confessed him, never desired to follow wholly and completely after him, been immersed into him. If you're not following him with everything you are, allow us to help you. Make that known as together we stand and sing.